A power struggle is now underway at Manchester United. If Ruben Amorim hinted at issues behind the scenes on Friday, he practically confirmed them on Sunday. Sign up for the Man United newsletter. Thank you. Ruben Amorim dared Man Utd chiefs to sack him after the Leeds drawCredit. Reuters. There is now a public power struggle at Old Trafford between manager and club bossesCredit. Getty. United chief executive Omar Berrada and director of football Jason Wilcox must have thought the most incendiary comments at Elland Road would come from the terraces. But Amorim's extraordinary sign-off at his post-match press conference might have caused the members of the United hierarchy to swerve into AM62 service station on their short journey home for an emergency stop. Amorim, 40, has undeniably challenged the United board. Almost 14 months on from his appointment, he is now unhappy with his head coach billing. Amorim argued, "I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach of Manchester United." Read more in football, and that is clear. I know that my name is not Tuchel, it's not Conte, it's not Mourinho, but I'm the manager of Manchester United. The gist of that is clear. Those managers have autonomy and tend to get what they want. I am not. Amorim has practically dared United to sack him before his contract expires in June 2027 if they do not meet him halfway in compromise. Amorim warned, "It's going to be like this for 18 months or when the board decides to change." So that was my point. I want to finish with that. Most read in football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until another guy is coming here to replace me. I just want to say that I'm going to be the manager of this team, not just the coach. And I was really clear on that. And that is going to finish in 18 months and then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. If people cannot handle the Gary Nevilles and the criticisms of everything, we need to change the club. I just want to say that I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach. Since Sir Jim Ratcliffe became United co-owner, he has been insistent on the title, coach, rather than manager. Erik ten Hag resisted that change during discussions to keep him on after the FA Cup final triumph against Manchester City in the summer of 2024. Ten Hag remained the manager but his contract was merely extended by a year when a renewal had been mooted. That compromise did little good as Ten Hag was sacked less than 4 months after the one-year option was triggered. Amorim's reference to Neville was not random. The former United captain is becoming a growing skeptic of Amorim's style and panned United's abysmal performance in the 1-1 draw with basement club Wolves on Tuesday. Sir Jim Ratcliffe suggested in October that Amorim had 3 years to prove himself. Credit, Alamy. Gary Neville does not hold back in his criticism of United. Credit, formerly Twitter, at Sky Sports PL. United were keen on Antoine Semenyo before he set his sights on joining Man City. Credit, Getty. Amorim has bigger fish to fry than a prominent pundit and it is not difficult to read between the lines at his press conferences. He mentioned on Boxing Day that he sometimes has to find common ground with Wilcox on transfer targets. United weighed up a move for Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo this month until Manchester City emerged as the frontrunners for the Ghana international. If Semenyo went into Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system, it would have to be as the left winger. Having stockpiled left wingers for years, United now lack a specialist option there if they switched to a back four. Ten Hag referred to the game model that Wilcox oversaw as technical director. That revolved around a 4-2-3-1 formation. Wilcox and Christopher Vivell, the director of recruitment, appeared to be in Amorim's firing line on Sunday. Every department, the scouting department, the sport director, needs to do their job, Amorim added. I will do mine for 18 months and then we move on. Man Utd signings under Ruben Amorim. Aiden Heaven, Patrick Dorgu, Diego Leon, Mateus Cunha, Brian Mabumo, Benjamin Sesko, Sen Lamens. Ruben Amorim record at Man Utd, played 63, wins 24, draws 18, losses 21, win rate 38.10%. Ticket plus hotel room for Man Utd games from £155. Get tickets to see Man Utd at Old Trafford with our hand-picked deals. The packages, offered by Sports Breaks, include an official match ticket and an overnight stay in a hand-picked hotel. If you click on a link in this article, we will earn affiliate revenue. Man United home games. The 30th of December. V Wolves, from £155.17 Jan. V Manchester City, from £225.31 Jan. V Fulham, from £199. The 7th of February. V Tottenham, from £229.28 February. V Crystal Palace, from £189.14 Mar. V Aston Villa, from £199. The 11th of April. V Leeds United, from £204.25 April. V Brentford, from £179.20 May. V Liverpool, from £279. The 17th of May. V Nottingham Forest, from £199. German Vivell has been empowered to lead United's scouting operation since he joined the club 18 months ago, initially on a temporary basis. United have slashed their once bloated scouting department so that Vivell can manage a handful of scouts. It is not a coincidence that a report detailing Vivell's reservations about Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system and how it was exploited in the 1-1 draw with Fulham in August, preceded Amorim's outburst. The United press officer could not escort Amorim out of the room quickly enough at Elland Road once the Portuguese had got everything off his chest. The club's communications department is more depleted than the first-team squad, and Amorim has another press conference to attend on Tuesday afternoon ahead of the Wednesday night match at Burnley. Amorim has admitted in the past he can talk himself into trouble with his raw reactions. But this is different. The post-match debrief at Leeds was going along so innocuously that most of the questions centered on the impotent striker Benjamin Sesko, who has 2 goals in 17 games. Recommended stories. It was Wilcox who said, "All of our data analysis and research concluded that Benjamin has the required qualities and personality to thrive at Manchester United." Maybe Amorim has a point. Amorim is unhappy to be the head coach of United. Director of recruitment Christopher Vivell joined United 18 months ago. Credit: Eamon and James Clark.